Before we begin, there are a few key terms that we need to get familiar with first. Understanding these will make the rest of the story much easier to follow. Okay, so when we say bugs, it doesn't mean small insects like we would think in real life. Bugs is the blanket term for all inhabitants of Hallownest and surrounding lands. They are intelligent humanoid insect-like beings who live in towns, form kingdoms, worship gods, and wage wars. Essentially the world's version of people. Hollownest is the ancient kingdom that was founded and ruled by the Pale King, who raised it into a powerful and advanced civilization compared to the other insect societies. Beneath its surface, Hollownest is vast, stretching from ruined cities and fungal waste to deep caverns and ancient temples, all connected by a sprawling underground network. But this great empire would not last forever. What was once a thriving kingdom eventually fell into ruin, consumed by the Radiance's infection. The Pale King tried to protect his kingdom by creating the vessels. Despite these efforts, the infection spread, leaving Hallownest broken and filled with madness, decay, and remnants of its former glory. Higher beings are entities that exist above the common bugs of Hollownest. Unlike ordinary insects, they possess immense power, unique abilities, and in some cases are even worshipped as gods. Some represent natural forces like light or dreams, while others rule as kings or queens. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we will begin from the royalty of Hallownest, the Pale King. He was a type of ancient, powerful, and intelligent creature known as a worm. Upon reaching the edge of the kingdom, he transformed from a worm into a more humanoid form, and like all of his kin, it was in his instinct to build a kingdom. Just as Naruto wants to become Hokage, Luffy wants to become the Pirate King, and humans are driven to eat, the Pale King was driven to create a kingdom of his own. And so the Pale King built Hallownest, a kingdom unlike any other. Under his rule, the bugs of Hallownest grew more intelligent and sophisticated, far surpassing those who lived outside its borders. They learned to build, fight, and even think in ways that ordinary insects could not. But there was a problem. The place where the Pale King decided to build his kingdom wasn't empty. There were already sentient beings with their own beliefs and traditions living here. They weren't the most advanced in their thinking, but they were there, living with their own beliefs and traditions. These bugs were connected to the Radiance, the higher beings that they once worshipped. When the Pale King expanded Hallownest and imposed his order, he unintentionally suppressed the Radiance's influence. Her worship faded, her presence weakened. The Radiance's power lingered in the shadows of Hallownest, twisting and distorting over time. It spread like an infection, creeping through Hallownest. The Pale King, who sought to free his people from the Radiance's influence, together with his mate, the White Lady, also called the Queen of Hallownest, he together with the Queen fathered the vessels. One of them is called the Pure Vessel. This vessel was chosen by the Pale King to seal away the radiance and the infection inside of his body, hence becoming the Hollow Knight. On the other side, the queen of the spider tribe, Herra the Beast, wasn't anyone special. She, like all of her tribe, wasn't on board with the Pale King rule. She dreamed of having a child, but her mate died. The spider tribe are the Weavers, an ancient group of spider-like beings. They weave silk. Normally, silk is just the thread spun by spiders, strong and flexible but nothing unusual. The weavers, however, their silk carried mystical properties tied to dreams and the spirit world. It could be used for binding, sealing, and protection on a spiritual level. When the Pale King created the Hollow Knight as a vessel to contain the radius, he needed a seal strong enough to hold back a higher being. Ordinary magic wouldn't be enough. The Pale King approached the queen of the spider tribe to help him seal the radiance. She eventually agreed in exchange for him to help her with having a child. This child will become known as Hornet. Thus, Monomon the teacher, Lorien the watcher, and Herra the beast went into deep sleep to create a barrier for the Hollow Knight. Next up are the 5 Great Knights, the loyal champions of the Pale King. Ogrim is known as the Dawn Defender. He was one of the 5 Great Knights of Hallownest and the bug renowned for his bad scent. He appears to be in love with the knight Isma. Isma is another Great Knight said to be stronger than even Ogrim. Zimmer, who later became the Grey Mourner, is the 3rd of the 5 Great Knights. She was in love with the daughter of the Traitor's Lord, but their clan denied their love and so they couldn't connect. The Traitor Lord is the head of the Mantis tribe together with his sisters. Drya is known for her wisdom and was tasked with protecting the White Lady. Hegemol is the last among the 5 great knights. Despite his towering, intimidating size, he was known for being surprisingly soft-spoken and kind-hearted. Hegemol's whereabouts is not known at the moment. At some point, when he was in deep slumber, his armor shell was stolen by a lowly maggot who tried to use it to protect his siblings. Moving on, the vessels were born from the Pale King and the White Lady. They were created inside the Abyss, a dark pit deep below Hollownest. Down there, the Pale King cast countless offsprings, each one meant to be empty, no mind, no voice, no will. Only through this emptiness could a vessel resist the Radiance's corruption. Most of these children never made it out of the Abyss, but a few survived. Among them was the Hollow Knight, the pure vessel, chosen to bear the radiance within. The Knight is another of these vessels. It was left behind, forgotten, and only later crawled out of the Abyss. The Knight's journey through Hallownest is in many ways the story of an abandoned child returning to face the destiny that was denied to them. Together, the Hollow Knight, the Nameless Knight, and Hornet represent the Pale King's desperate attempt to save his kingdom. One through sacrifice, one through abandonment, and one through alliance. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, watch my other content, and for those of you who want to support the channel directly, you can use the thanks button on YouTube or donate by using the links in the pinned comment below. Thanks for watching.